All right, guys, so picture this. It's 1925 and Prohibition is in full swing. The government has declared war on booze. Speakeasies are being raided, barrels are being smashed, and whiskey, well, it's supposed to be illegal. But somehow, some way, some people are legally being able to still sip on their bourbon. How, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. The distilleries that branded Buffalo Trace happened to find the sneakiest and smartest loophole during Prohibition, and in history for that matter. So let me get into it so you guys can know a little bit more. So Buffalo Trace, or back then was known as George T. Stagg Distillery. The funny thing is that this distillery should have been another Prohibition casualty, but instead of shutting down, they did what any other whiskey lover would do during desperate times. And what was that? That was a loophole that they found. So the US government actually allowed a handful of distilleries to keep their doors open and keep making whiskey. But it was only for medicinal purposes. Oh, yeah, whiskey became a doctor prescribed medicine. And Buffalo Trace was one of six distilleries in the entire country still allowed to make whiskey during Prohibition and were granted a federal license to produce it. And think about that for a second. All over America during 1925 or the 1920s, how do you call it? Alcohol was outlawed and banned unless you had a doctor's note. People were literally going to the pharmacy and getting prescriptions for their bourbon. And you can guess where all these bottles are coming from, the Buffalo Trace stills. And the funny thing, little fact, is that Buffalo Trace was getting bootlegged, but they were also selling government approved whiskey from pharmacies, complete with prescription label and everything. And some have even had recommended doses. Like, for example, take a few ounces every day as needed. Talk about a doctor's order I would follow every single day. But yeah, this was the loophole that kept Buffalo Trace Distillery open during Prohibition. And after Prohibition, it came back even stronger, and still today is one of the best bourbon whiskeys out there, in my opinion. There's a lot, but I really enjoy that whiskey. I did another video about Old Forester in my videos below. If you guys want to check that one out, it's kind of the same as this one, but this one's focused more on Buffalo Trace. Hope you guys enjoy. Like and comment below.